So you see that pineapple on the wall? What fragrance do you think of when you see that? Creed Aventus, known as the king of men's fragrances. I suppose you could call Jeremy the king of men's fragrances in general as well. But that fragrance isn't on this list because, well, that goes without saying, doesn't it? This channel is Stylish Irishman, and I'm a stylish Irishman. So the mother tells me. So this is my top 10 list of fragrances that Jeremy Fragrance influenced me to buy. I was looking at my collection and I could say I could probably have a top 20 or top 30 list, but other reviewers would have influenced me too. So the list is really in no particular order. There's one or two that aren't really talked about anymore, but the number one is probably one of my favourites that he recommended that's not really talked about anymore. So stick around if you want to see it. And if you're not subscribed, why don't you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified of future uploads if this is content you're interested in. So number 10 on the list is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. So this one's not really talked about anymore. It's kind of overshadowed by the intense version and the summer versions that come out for it as well. So it's pepper and grapefruit and bergamot are the main notes in this. So it's kind of a salty fragrance as well, kind of gives off a salty vibe. It's one you'd wear in the summer. As you can see, I have more too much. It's not one I found hugely impressive. I only bought the 50ml bottle luckily, but it's probably one of the few that I was disappointed with that I bought from Jeremy's recommendations. So that's number 10, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. So number 9 on the list is one that we all probably bought because of him, which is Mont Blanc Individual. So raspberry, what does he call it? Oh yes, fresh, clean fabric softener with a raspberry touch. That's what Jeremy says about this, and it's a great kind of one-liner about how this smells. So as I mentioned before, it has similarities to Dupe. It's very same as original Santal, and the original Santal is a bit more higher quality. But yeah, like this is a great fragrance to buy. It's lovely for summer, very fresh and clean, and I bought this because of Jeremy. So this one is one we all bought. Jeremy hyped this to the nines, and it's probably the reason that it's one of the most popular fragrances in the community. But it's La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL. So Jeremy has a good few videos about this, and he had a review up of it before which he actually took down, and he mentioned recently that he wasn't too happy that he deleted it. But yeah, so he just talked so much about this. Really sexy, really good one for date night and stuff like that. Smells really nice, and delighted it's in the collection. This is the 2009 formulation. You know, by the cap there like that, it's a thicker sprayer on it. I got it for cheap, was very lucky to get for the price I got it. But yeah, I'll always have this in the collection. It's definitely one of my favourites as well. So it's La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL. So the next one is one that's not really mentioned too much anymore either. It was mentioned a lot before. It's Carolina Herrera's CH Man. So sugar, leather and vanilla are the main notes in this one. So it's very sugary, sweet fragrance. This is a 200ml bottle. I have a good dint gone in it. It's very sugary. It's very synthetic though. It's not as nice as it's made out to be in a lot of reviews. A lot of reviewers say it's like one of their top favourites. I like it. I've worn it a lot, but it's very synthetic, and I know that synthetic isn't a bad thing always, but it just doesn't smell very natural. It's just really, really sweet, kind of sexy fragrance. I like it, women like it too, so that's why I probably would have put it on a lot, but it wouldn't be one of my personal favourites, but I definitely wear it every now and again. So that's Carolina Herrera's CH Men. So number 6 on the list is Pure Malt. So the main notes in this one are malt, fruity notes and peat. Never heard peat being mentioned in any of the reviews, but I've researched this before. Peat is actually a very prominent note in this, but this one has the Amen, the original Amen DNA, and it's very masculine fragrance. I could definitely see this being worn by an older man as well. It has that kind of a vibe. The tar kind of a scent of the original Amen DNA is definitely included in this too. It just has this kind of boozy, malty vibe in it as well. And it's one that I bought because of Jeremy. He recommends it in lots of his videos back in the day when he was constantly putting out lists and everyone was waiting for them and stuff. So like, pure malt is definitely a staple in the collection for the winter and the autumn months as well. So that's Pure Malt by Thierry Mugler. So the next one on the list is one of my personal favourites. It's a Carolina Herrera fragrance again, and it's Carolina Herrera CH Men Privé. So this one has notes of whiskey, leather and tonka bean. So it's very boozy, very nice for the autumn, winter as well. It's obviously a personal favourite. This is 150ml, have a good dint on it already. And it's unique. Some people might find it slightly boring because it doesn't really do much. It's very linear. It doesn't develop on your skin, but I think that it's a great one and definitely should check it out if you haven't already for some reason. It's in the shape of a whiskey bottle. Probably know from Jeremy doing it in all his videos with the bottle. But yeah, that's Carolina Herrera CH Men Privé. So we're on to the top 4 now. This one is one Jeremy would have talked about a lot up until recent enough, and still recommends it a lot as a great clubbing scent and night out scent, and it's Ultra Male by Jean Paul Gaultier. This one has the original Le Male DNA, which is very popular. I used to wear that as a young lad. It's a very well known fragrance DNA for men of all ages. This one though, it takes it in a slightly different direction, and they're introduced a note of pear, which is a unique note, not used in too many fragrances that I know of anyway. Haven't smelled many like it. Now this does smell very reminiscent of Le Male, but the pear note gives it that bit of a different vibe and makes it a bit more unique. So it's definitely a nice one to wear out. I've worn a good bit of this now, and as far as I'm aware, it's been discontinued. Not sure if it's readily available still, but it was there for a good while. So if you haven't tried it, I'd recommend it. Great one for a night out. Cool bottle as well. So that's Ultra Male by Jean Paul Gaultier. So 2 of the next 3 are actually ones that were recommended as great cheap fragrances with niche quality. So this one is number 3, and it's actually Bentley Intense for men. So this one has rum, benzoin and leather as some of the notes in this one. It's very boozy, super masculine. Lots of people wouldn't actually be too fond of it because I've actually seen people saying it smells like piss. But it doesn't. It's a very niche quality fragrance, very different. You won't get anything that smells like this. Now I'd only wear this in the winter months on a really cold winter's day or night. I probably only wear it on night out because it's super strong. But it's a cool one to have. It's only, I think, €30 or something for a 100ml bottle. It's hyped for a reason. It's definitely worth having in the collection because it's different to all the other ones, and it's not one you'd smell every day. It takes a certain type of man to pull this off though. It's not one everyone's going to like, and it's probably not going to get you the best feedback off people either who aren't into kind of perfumery or whatever. It does have a very unique scent, and it's very boozy, so I definitely think it's worth a try anyway. It's cheap, even if you blind buy it or what. It's only a few quid. If you're watching this video, you're obviously into collecting fragrances, so you probably have blind bought plenty of them already. So that's Bentley Intense for men. So number 2 on the list is one that was recommended by Jeremy in one of his videos. If I'm not mistaken, it made as number 1 on a particular list. I think it was a coffee fragrance list or something like that, but it's Pure Tonka by Mugler as well. So this one has coffee, tonka bean and cacao as the main notes. So thinking of them notes, you know it's a very deep, thick, rich fragrance. In the beginning when I got this, Mugler is not readily available in Ireland, so I blind bought this. Wasn't really a fan of it, didn't think I liked it, was never going to wear it. But I've grown to like it. It's a very thick, heavy scent though that you'd only wear in the winter. I don't actually think that it smells like any of the other Muglers. I think personally this should be kind of called pure coffee instead of pure tonka, because it's very coffee heavy, and you have the cacao and the tonka bean in the back as well, so it's very thick and heavy. So I'd recommend trying it out. Wouldn't recommend blind buying this one, but this is one that I bought from Jeremy's recommendations. So it's Pure Tonka by Moodler. Okay guys, so the number one on the list is one that was hyped when I started watching fragrance reviews back, I'd say 3 years ago. All the reviewers were hyping this. This was being mentioned as a niche quality perfume for very cheap, very unique, and it's true. I don't think it's available anymore though. I think there's another few variations of it, but it's 24 gold by Scent Story. So this one has oud, vanilla and amber in it, and it's very sweet. Jeremy actually did mention in one of his videos that it has similarities to Back to Black by Kilian on the opening. I get what he's saying, but it doesn't smell like it. I don't think it has the same sort of vibe. It's very thick, and it's also a winter fragrance. Definitely has niche quality, and the oud does come out along with the vanilla and amber. It's a great combination, very unique, and I think that it's worth a try if you get your hands on it. It was very cheap. I think I bought this for €25. The one thing that annoys me about it is I don't know how much I have left because I can't see into the bottle, but I'm definitely glad I have it in the collection. It's really, as it was really a steal. It's niche quality. So guys, let me know in the comment section what fragrances Jeremy Fragrance influenced you to buy. As I said, I could probably list another 20 that he definitely had a say on me buying, and I've blind bought probably most of these because of him as well. Luckily most of them were, I'm happy with them, but yeah, so that's just 10 fragrances that I bought because of Jeremy Fragrance's reviews. So guys, that's it for this one anyway. Take it handy and God bless.